Hello everyone, welcome back to Book Tidbits, and this is Nasita, and we are continuing the story of Dead Serve Cold, and this is a new chapter, which is a name. The name sounds pretty gruesome and sickening to me. The title is A Family Massacre. So from the title only, we can guess that it is the death of a family. The story starts out in Haryana and Hisar, Haryana, and it takes place in a gigantic house, or to say it, I'd say a farmhouse where it is surrounded by huge acres of farmland, and in the middle there is this beautiful, gorgeous house. But now, at this day and age, the house is fully capsized with the nature, and it has been there is this paint seeping out of it, and the structure is more like that nobody has been lived in that house for years now. Why? Because lots of blood was splattered on the house, and many family member were dead, and it is gruesome. So the story starts out with the head of the family, which is Billuram. Billuram, he grew up in a background where there was not much of money. He was a truck cleaner. That is how he started.
Okay.
And then he dipped his toes into black oil market business, where he would make use of cheap bitumen, which will make the black oil, which is not the pure form of black oil.
What is bitumen?
Bitumen is a type of a resource where it is in black color. It's kind of like tar tea,
Okay.
and when you combine it with some other chemicals, it will give you that black oil feeling, and it does give it. And what he does is that it's cheap, so he utilized it and he sold it to industries area near his location. So when he did that, he got lots of money from that, and after some few years and few months, he became like a head of a gang.
Oh.
I'll say it will be a more like a mafia type, and he became in this the top underground cartel head, and through that he started giving out through, I don't know whether it is through his nature or what, he started giving out to his village organizations and village there is a society. In society we do have some organizations or members where they celebrate or they do something for the betterment of the society, so he started donating on those things. And he because of those things, many people do praise him. Even after his all the illegal money he earned, people do praise him because he is giving back to the society. And if someone is in need, I don't think they'll be seeing where the money is coming from. They'll be seeing that if they are surviving with that money. So everyone is fine with him donating, and everyone is okay, and they are grateful to him. So when he started backing up with the political parties, he started giving money to the political parties as well, thinking that he'll get money, and not money, he'll get a ticket for the party so that he'll be able to run the election. But then the party just took his money and they dirty on him. They did not give him ticket, and they just went on with the election. When the election came, they just went on, took another candidate, and he was not made a candidate. So he, out of sympathy of everyone, and that everyone thought that the party used used him just for his money. So he became an independent candidate, and he was selected as the voted as the legislative minister.
Okay.
So that is how he started out. Now he has a huge farmland in which he built 2 stories house.
Uh-huh.
And his family, along with the riches he grew, his family also grew. He had a first son whose name is Anil, and Anil is from his first wife, and there is no clear indication whether the first wife is alive or not in the
First
story.
wife?
Yeah.
How many wives does this guy
He
have?
has 2 wives,
Okay.
and the second wife, her name is Kaveri.
Okay.
And from second wife he had 2 daughters, Sonal and Priya.
Okay.
So when Sonal, Priya, and Anil, they grew up. Sonal is kind of the one who is like overachieving and wants to prove herself in front of her father that Anil is not the only person who, or the only child in the family that can get the attention. She wanted more attention from her father.
Okay.
So she started dipping her toes in lots of things. She tried taekwondo, and she is a black belt on that. She is good in sports, she is good in her studies, and she is always trying to be overachieving and always trying to be on top of her game, just so that she can prove to her father that she is better than Anil. And one more thing is that she is very fast to get angry. She gets angry really fast, and she is someone who will be fighting a lot if someone says anything. And that was egged on by her mother as well. This is the family dynamic the three child grew up in. And when they got older, Sonal got married to Rajiv, and Anil, he is married. He's also married, and he has three children, one son and two daughters. And he is someone who is blessed by his father, and Sonal is like the epitome of a rich spoiled daughter, kind of like a spoiled princess, that she needs to get whatever she wants, but then she needs to prove that she is capable to get it. And when she got married, there was a family issue where they were not happy with the person she chose to get married, because she met Rajiv at the taekwondo classes where she was playing, and he was not that well off. Okay. And they were not happy with it, and Sonal did try to get money from her father for her extravagant life. Okay. And first few times her father did give her money, but then after some time he need to put some bar on that, so he said that he won't be able to give it. But at the time Sonal was like, I need this acre of land, which was the farmland. So behind the house or beside the house, the whole house is covered with farmland. So she is like, I need this piece of land, and she requested her father to give her, like as a gift to her for her wedding. But her father said no, because Anil was working on that farmland. He said that I won't be able to give that piece of land to you. Yeah, because Anil is working on it. We can talk something out. At that time, she tried to shoot Anil. Yeah, with a revolver. Since it's Haryana, we can assume that having a pistol and everything, that's okay. So, not legally okay, but that it's okay with the people. And as far as the village is concerned, they look up to the family. They are in awestruck with the house. They look up to the family. They look up to how Biluram got up from this rags to riches story.
It's the inspiration.
Yeah. So, but I don't think it would be that great of an inspiration on how the things turned out. That was 6 months ago when Sonal tried to shoot her brother. They are not born from one mother, but they are still brother and sister. That's something to be noted. They grew up together, even if they are step brother and sister. They grew up together. So after 6 months, that was on the 23rd August. It was the birthday of Priya. Sonal and her husband, they came and they were like, we are going to surprise Priya on her birthday, so we will pick her up from the institute and we will come back together after getting the cakes and all. We will be throwing a party and everything. So the house workers who were there for the daily chores, they knew the story, and Sonal and they saw that Sonal was with her husband, and they went to pick up Priya. That was at evening. When they came back, they saw that only Sonal was in the car with Priya. Her husband was nowhere to be seen. And at that night, there was party going on, and even the workers in the house, they were happy with the party because they get to eat food and they get to relax early that particular day. So they are happy. And the party ensues on, and there were loud firecrackers and it was till late night. At around 12 o'clock, one particular worker, he is the main eyewitness to it. He
Okay.
saw that someone was rushing on the shade, and he saw that it was Sonal, and Sonal was picking up an iron rod. That specific iron rod, to let the book reader know how huge or how tough that iron rod is. It is used to pull up the tractor's tire which is stuck in the mud.
Oh,
So I think it will be pretty duty heavy.
exactly.
Yeah. So she took that and she went away in hurry.
What?
Yeah.
Casually.
Yeah, and nobody stopped him, nobody stopped her, and they did not think anything about it. And the party did continue on after that. There were still firecrackers after that. Next morning, the daily schedule of everyone in the house, every family member in the house, that was not up to the par, because Anil's son had to go to school, and the school bus is always there on specific time.
Okay.
He was not there for the school bus, and usually what happens is, if the son is late for the school, what they'll do is the bus driver will honk 1 or 2 times. That usually happens. Then the son will be coming out running, and the mother will be at the back holding the backpack and a lunchbox, trying to fit everything together and give it. That did not happen that day. And Billu Ram usually go for a morning walk. That was also not happening that day. So the worker thought that maybe they had late night party, so everyone was sleeping in. Even if it is a working day, everyone was sleeping in. That's what they thought. But the uncanny and the intriguing thing was that at around early morning, 4:45 a.m., when the worker woke up and they were drinking their tea, he saw Sonal driving away in car in a pretty fast speed. She was zooming out, and then at around after half an hour she came back.
Huh.
So at 6:45, what happened is that at around 5:30, the milkman came, and Sonal from the first floor, she was like, milkman usually they make the house in such a way that if anyone wants, if they drive up to the house, they can directly go up to the first floor. And there is a ground floor, there is another entrance for ground floor, but they can also go drive up to the first floor. Sonal, she told the milkman to drop off the milk on the ground floor instead of the first floor, which is his usual routine that he usually gives on the first floor. But he was not thinking too much of it, and he dropped off the milk at the ground floor. He went away, and at around after that, at around 6:45, they saw when the bus driver was coming for the school bus driver, he was asking for the boy. The bus driver went away. He can't wait for long. He had to pick up other students as well, right? So the worker thought that what they usually do is, if they missed the bus by any chance, they'll take the child to the school and drop him off. So to check on that, they went inside the house, and when they were trying to get inside the house, they saw that Sonal was laying on the ground with face distorted, and she was saying, "Call my husband, I need help." And so if I am someone who is seeing that my family is with me and I am in the brink of death, I'll be saying that get someone from the house, or call the police, or call hospital, anything, not specific one person. Maybe they might be born, but still. So what the worker did, the only logical thing, he went inside the house thinking that Anil will be there, Anil will be able to help out. So he told the gardener to be with Sonal, and so that Sonal won't pass out and she won't die, just to give her rest on her head, so that she won't be bleeding much. And he went inside the house. First thing, he knocked on Anil's bedroom door. When he saw what he saw on the bedroom door, he saw that the Anil's son and one of his daughter, they were dead. Along with that, Anil's wife was also dead. She was tied on her hands and feet, and she was gagged. And both the childs, they were beaten up, they were smashed in the head.
What?
It was gruesome. He went and checked on those other rooms. He saw Anil smashed on the head.
Oh my God.
After that, he went and checked on the first floor only. He saw that Priya is also dead, her head is also smashed.
What?
So he went up to the second floor, and there was Billu Ram. He went to Billu Ram's floor and he went to his bedroom. He saw that Billu Ram was also dead and his head was also smashed. Then he went to Billu Ram's second wife, so Sonal's mother, at her bedroom, and what he saw was that he saw that Billu Ram's wife was smashed in the head, and the Anil's daughter, she was still hugging to her grandmother's hand, and she was not letting go.
She died in that way.
Yeah, she died in that way, and I think that will be, I don't know whether it will be a peaceful death or not, but that is one, in some sense, like, including all the gruesomeness, that is a relief that she did not die alone. She had someone to hug her. That was a relief. Apart from that, she is also dead. Everyone in the family is dead. And even the fact that if the elders are dead, that is one way, that is in no way justifiable for a life. But then even the small children's, they did not do anything. They were not included in any dispute or any fights. Even they were dead. So the worker, he went to Sonal's bedroom and he saw that the last night the iron rod he saw, it was linked up on the wall. Along with that, there was a piece of paper. It was a suicide note from Sonal. He took that paper, he knew the scene, and he was completely shattered as well. After seeing those scenes, I don't think anyone will be stable. He called up everyone. He made Sonal, he sure that Sonal went to hospital, to the urgent care, and he directly went to the police station to file an FIR. He filed a FIR along with the paper, and in the paper it is written that Sonal is saying sorry to her husband, and she is regretting what she has done. And the story goes out such way that she is the one who killed everyone. And everyone, when the police came, and they were like, nobody, if anyone is dead in the family also, nobody tried to do anything, and only it was Anil's wife who was tied and gagged. Apart from her, nobody was tied and gagged. Everyone was dead in such a way that they are not having any fight, putting up any fights, or they looked like they were sleeping peacefully. But for Billu Ram, his wife and the children, they looked like they were sleeping peacefully. So the story they brought after Sonal was hospitalized, she was it was found that she drank pesticide and insecticides and tried to kill herself, but she was not successful, and the police came and took her into custody. She owed up that she did everything herself, and when the police asked where she went for the 30 minutes where she took the car in the early morning, she was like, I went on a small errand of my own. She did not say what the errand is. So when they tried checking on the dead bodies, it was pretty easy to find out, and also there were the last night parties, what food they were having, they were also taken into evidence. And in everyone's thali, it was found that there was opium in kheer. And this,
they were drugged, okay?
Yeah, they were drugged. So everyone was dead asleep, and at that time she struck, and everyone was like, Sona's story was like, she is good in taekwondo, and she is good, she knows how to kill someone. That was her point of story. But then it is not easy for someone to beat up everyone alone. So they started backtracking her steps, and they were like, at morning, where did she go? And she said that she went to this place where there were, it's like a small market, and there is bus stops as well. So the police started backtracking, and there was a policeman who was on the duty at that point of time, and he was like, yeah, I saw her, and she was with some guy. And that guy, when they checked on every bus left at that time, they finally found out that a guy took a ticket for the Sona's in-laws place. So it is pretty sure, it is pretty damning that he was taking bus back home. So he dropped off in the middle of the bus, and he took a cab, And on the cab, from the cab, he told the cab driver to stop in the middle of where there is a telephone booth, and he called his own home from the telephone booth. And the cab driver, the bus driver, the telephone booth owner, they were all pretty sure that the person they saw that day was Sonal's husband.
Okay.
So at morning, Sonal dropped him off and just to take him away from the crime scene and just to own up everything that she did it herself. So the story was gapped on how did he came to the house, since in the party when they saw that it was Sonal and Priya only that came to the car at the evening that day.
Okay, he wasn't there. at
Yeah,
all.
so everyone thought that he was not in the car, but what happened was in Sonal's story, she was like she fought with her husband in the middle of the road, and she had to drop him off, and she waited for him to come back for 10 minutes, and he was not back, so she just thought that he'll be going back home, and she came along with Priya for the party. But what actually happened was they bought at 10 p.m. they came at 10 p.m. at night. So before 10 p.m. they stopped at a pastry shop, and at that pastry shop the owner saw that Sonal and Priya was in the shop, and along with that Priya was calling some guy Jiju, which in India it means that brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So it was pretty damning that the
was
husband, the husband did not left midway, and in both instances where the workers saw Sonal coming inside and Sonal going outside, he was in the middle hiding in the car only.
They had all planned out.
Yeah, they had it all planned out, and they killed everyone just because of the money. And how they killed was they first killed Billuram, and then I'm not sure about the correct consequence of the sequences of who died, but one thing is I'm pretty sure that Anil, Priya and Anil's wife, those three were together, and when they were together they were tipsy, drowsy because of the opium, and they first took off Priya that they want to talk about something, and when they smashed Priya head, it was a loud thump. Anil came and they were like a suitcase dropped, and they took Anil separately, saying that we need to talk about the land and the property, and we need to talk to you in private. So his wife took the cue and she went to the room with the children. They were sleeping. I think she might have not taken that much of a key. She might have not eaten that much of a key. And they killed Anil, and when they went inside, they saw that Anil's wife was still awake, and they tied and gagged her, and in front of her they killed the two children, and then they killed her. So that's how the story took place, and as far as how they were acquitted or how the story turned out, they were sentenced for hanged first. They were told to be hanged, and then they appealed on that. Then they got appealed, and they got life sentence instead of life imprisonment instead of death. And then they appealed again, hoping that it will be lesser statement, but seeing how gruesome the acts were, even the courts were not happy, and they continued on with the statement of that sentence.
They killed so many people and children.
Yeah, and then they continued on appealing with the president for a plea deal. They were trying to plea, and they were saying sorry, and they did not accept their plea. And finally, both of them were hanged. That's it. That's the story. It's pretty quick, but it was gruesome. And hearing the story, I was in deep thoughts on how someone could do to the small child. That's it. That's the story. And one thing to add, that in all the story which I have said from the chapter 1 till date, and I think in the upcoming stories as well, the names of the person who are included in the story, they have been interchanged. They are similar, but they have been interchanged, which is why I was not able to search them up on the Google about the cases. I finally got a luck through this case because of the minister and everything. So finally I saw that they have exchanged a name, and seeing that there are lots of photos and videos and news for this, and you might want to check it out, but I think that it's better that we leave it at this. That's it. Thank you everyone. Bye.